If you have Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign, this is a look at the energies that could be around you for the week ahead in terms of your overall spiritual growth, in terms of money, and in terms of love. So let's get started. Let's look first at your overall energy, your internal sort of situation. Wow, this is quite a deep week with feelings really rising up out of you. Deep emotions, unknown feelings, maybe with past life influences even. Something might be triggering you. And that is a good thing. The provoking nature of a mirror that triggers you gives you much better insight into yourself and what makes you tick if you are observant to it, if you don't just react. So there is a lot this week that is going to come up from the depths. It might surprise you. Pay attention to it. Now, there is an element here of surrendering to your feelings. I'll get to it later. I've had a peek at the cards, and there is some kind of element here where you might be hamstrung by your own ego. And it seems to be a little bit of a theme. So this week, it is a little bit about surrendering, especially when you notice you've been triggered. Take a breath instead of reacting, and then take action based on what you've just learned about yourself. So any action you take this week, you're being really urged to get out of your head and take practical steps to get things to happen. There is some kind of telepathy going on. Now, this might be between you and one other. It could be love related, it could be someone in your family, or it could just be that you really pick up on undercurrents that are around you, and you might find those triggering. You might be sensing other people's motives in a way that you haven't before, and it might be exciting, but it might also trigger you. So just be aware of that. There is an element here of things that are mysterious. Now, that is your own mysterious depths. It might be dealing with one other person, someone you can't quite fathom or get a handle on. Now, there might be some toxicity floating around between you and someone else, or in a situation that needs to be resolved. But look, you have the sun showing up here, shining a big light on your friend group with the nice, beautiful idealism energy there. And that is quite humanitarian. It's not getting really caught up in ego matters. It's the opposite of the ego house, the 5th house of Leo, the 11th house of Aquarius. So it's being quite dispassionate, a little bit disconnected, so that you can get a bit of distance and expansion based on putting your own ego aside. And as I said, that might be a bit of a theme this week. So this looks to be a very interesting and emotional week that might just show you where you need to be a little bit more dispassionate and a little bit less reactive. So let's look first at the workplace. And selfishness came out. Now, there might be someone around you at work who is a little bit egotistical. Or this could be you trying to keep all the good stuff to yourself in some way. It feels like you are going to have to stick to your guns this week in work and money. Stay strong. You might need all your patience to bite your tongue. You might need to have your guard up. The Queen of Swords is someone very cool, aloof, very smart, and very logical. So you might have to play the long game with someone at work and just think, you are really annoying the shit out of me this week, but I am going to bite my tongue, use all my strength to rein it in and not be triggered. I'm going to look at the situation with logic and just be quite cut off from emotional reactions. And this is the card of just minding your own business, sticking to your own corner of the garden, minding your own money, and doing very well on your own. So if you need to, work alone this week, work on your own projects or your own corner of the project, because yes, there is somebody who could be crowing around you at work that really winds you up. The rooster there, we can think of another word for that, but Mars is anger, annoyance, irritation, vexation. It is seething. It is outright hostilities. It can also be action. So channel any seething feelings you're having this week, Earth signs, into a bit of action. Remember, action will lead to success was part of your overall energy for the week. And action will help you kind of get rid of these Martian warlike energies creatively. So channel that energy into something creative, channel it into something you can do on your own, and try and rise above any vexations at work or to do with your finances this week. Be the hot air balloon. Detach seems to be a theme for you this week as well. Surrender, detached, walk away, rise above. That is a bit of an energy. Okay, so that was the workplace. Let's turn to love and romance and family and all that sort of stuff. Well, we have a lot of love here this week. King of Cups, is this you feeling like really overflowing with love? This figure is the Papa Bear who really guards the family, nurtures everyone very openly, and romantically it is someone very in touch with their feelings and very dependable. Now this is either you or it is someone coming in for you. Male or female, doesn't matter, masculine, feminine. There could be an offer. So someone is either contemplating moving towards you, maybe you are the King of Cups, contemplating making this overture to somebody else. Either way, there looks to be a bit to tidy up here. There seems to be some details to iron out, but you don't have to worry. This is the 10. It's after this, there are no more issues, but you might feel a little bit burdened, like there's a lot to fix or figure out, or just physically to do in romance somehow. Now, again, we get a bit of ego here. This card, it says egotistical, but what I'm picking up is maybe someone needs to drop their guard a little bit, their persona, their sort of posturing. We can come back to this card as well. There's a lot of posturing around you this week, so hopefully it could be you, but it could be somebody else acting out your shadow onto you. So it could be both. You know, you could be surrounded by roosters at work, and then it sort of carries over into striding around, being quite proud of yourself. This feels like having a lot of pride and maybe having to swallow your pride. Maybe that's what this 10 of Wands is, that's the work that sort of needs to be done here to get more open and honest. We did get the cards, if there is someone in your life coming into view or you are reaching out to them, that there is beautiful, clear energy here of no murky agenda. And somebody has a great personality, so that could be you or it could be the person on your mind. But there is this great feeling here of something that wants to come in. Whether it does or not is a different matter, because there might be a bit to clear up first, but this is definitely on someone's mind. Maybe it's on yours. Remember, if it's you, action leads to success. So don't just live in your head about this. Make the offer. Reach out, because there is a lot of excitement here about Mercury, communications, emails, text messages, conversations. That can really get things going between you. So Mercury rules the third house of communication. It is in on this card, the third house of communication. Little neighborhood short trips is indicated by this too. And yeah, there could be a bit of excitement around meeting up with someone somewhere for coffee, or yeah, just the back and forth, a bit of banter maybe. So that looks promising this week. Yeah, again, just somebody needs to maybe drop their guard a bit, be a bit real. So that could be you, could be somebody else. So I'm now going to pull some more cards to finish up, to give you an overview for the week. What do earth signs most need to know for the week ahead to sum this up? Well, there does seem to be a very smooth journey ahead. Once you take action and get that train on the tracks, it won't slow down. It will just glide smoothly to where it's going. So that is why action leads to success this week, because you can start something, you can get it going, and it will move on at a rate of knots. You know, there's going to be nothing to slow it down or stop it. And this is the energy around you this week. Crack shot. Take aim at something and go after it. Surrender your ego and go after what you want, rather than keeping it trapped in your mind, because it's not going to come to fruition if you're just ruminating on it. And lastly, but not leastly, bonfire. So there is a lot of spark, a lot of attraction, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of energy around you this week. Yes, it could come out as somebody kind of being a little bit fiery around you with their ego, or just getting on your nerves, but really I'm sensing that this could be a fun, exciting week. Just read some of those keywords there. I'll try and hold the card still so it stays in focus. That is a lot of passionate energy. So let's deploy that in a positive way, hopefully into romance. Don't burn down everything at work. That's one thing I'll say about that. Of course, this is a collective reading, but if you would like your own personal reading, go to my website, abundancelovejoy.com. There are plenty of options there, and I would love to do a reading for you. But meanwhile, this is Sarah wishing you much abundance, love, and joy for the week ahead and beyond.